Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Awan scandal resurfaces as details of Shadiest deal yet emerge, by Ben Marquise for the conservativetribune.com. Some of our readers may recall the shockingly scandalous story that began to develop earlier in the year around a Pakistani family of congressional IT staffers led by a man named Imran Awan, who worked directly for Democrat Florida Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, among dozens of other Democrat representatives, and was arrested at Dulles Airport as he was about to flee the country. Unsurprisingly, the mainstream media ignored and largely buried the deeply intricate yet tantalizing tale of Awan and his cohorts being suspected of engaging in fraud, double billing taxpayers for their work, stealing house computer equipment, and likely even stealing classified congressional documents, as they had access to all of the House email servers. But now the Awan scandal has resurfaced in the media once again via an earth-shattering report from Politico that exposed how senior officials in the Obama administration, in order to preserve their goal of obtaining a nuclear deal with Iran, had purposefully obstructed and spiked a special drug enforcement agency group investigating the global drug trafficking and money laundering networks of the Iranian-linked Hezbollah terrorist organization. Part of that Hezbollah-operated global network moving illicit drugs and laundering the dirty proceeds involved the use of used car dealerships in the United States through which dirty cash would flow as vehicles were purchased and shipped internationally to be resold, earning clean money which could be deposited legitimately into the international banking system. Based on detailed reporting from the Daily Caller's Luke Rosiak, who has been diligently digging into the Awan scandal since it first broke nearly a year ago, it would appear that the Awans owned and operated a used car dealership in Falls Church, Virginia, that may have been linked to the Hezbollah drug operation. The dealership was known as Cars International, CIA for short. Wow, that's interesting. But it was unlike virtually any other used car dealership, as it held no inventory, employed virtually no staff, but had expense records that were in utter disarray. Abid Awan, who also earned $160,000 per year from taxpayers for his IT work, was a brother of Imran, was the managing partner of the dealership when customers would show up to purchase a vehicle. Abid would go across the street and borrow a vehicle to sell from another dealership known as AAA Motors, whose owner sued the Awans at one point over reimbursement issues. The dealership became linked to the Hezbollah money laundering operation by way of a $100,000 loan received in 2010 from an Iraqi government minister of Iranian descent named Dr. Ali al-Attar, who is believed to be linked to Hezbollah. Due to the disarray of the dealership's financial records, it is unclear exactly how much money flowed through it, or if any were kept on hand, and it is noteworthy that the dealership declared bankruptcy in 2010. It was sued no less than 5 times for a variety of reasons, such as failing to pay security deposits, rent or taxes on its building, non-payment of wholesalers for vehicles provided, as well as for selling broken vehicles and refusing to honor warranties. By all appearances, the Awans lived frugal lives and did not flaunt any wealth, and it is suspected that the dealership money the nearly $7 million in taxpayer funds obtained through their congressional work, as well as that garnered through a host of other small side ventures, were part of the money laundering operation and were sent to unknown recipients overseas. Based on the modest way Awan was living, it is my opinion that he was sending most of his money to a group or criminal organization that could very well be connected to the Pakistani government, stated Wayne Black, a private investigator who formerly served as supervisor of a Miami public corruption unit under former Attorney General Janet Reno. My instincts tell me Awan was probably operating a foreign intelligence gathering operation on U.S. soil. Interestingly, Abid incorporated the CIA dealership in 2009 after he received a loan from the Congressional Federal Credit Union, which he failed to disclose in a House financial report. It is unclear how Abid was able to manage the dealership while also performing IT work for House Democrats at the same time, work for which he was paid a salary equivalent to that received of a congressional chief of staff. Unbelievable. Thus far, members of Congress who employed the Awan brothers, their wives, and other associates have declined to comment on the developments, and it is unclear if any of the group have been charged with any crimes related to the broadly intricate scandal. Awan was arrested at the airport on charges related to fraudulent home mortgage scheme initially, thought to be separate from the other schemes he has now been exposed as part of. Obviously, we will keep tabs on this developing story. Yeah. And where is he? He's not in jail or anything? I mean, he's walking free? I mean, what's going on? But again, the swamp creatures in Washington there, the FBI there, they're covering for him. They're all being paid off. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you get a couple of parking tickets that you don't pay, you're probably arrested. Who knows? But this, I mean, what? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.